Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Thursday, the 28th of April. And they are as follows. But first, a very quick recap on Wednesday's selections. Well, I don't know if you saw it, but the Joanna Mason fan club hasn't materialised. I'm still not a massive fan. Good luck to her, but I wasn't impressed with the ride she gave on the last selection in the, what was it, 5:30 at Ponty? Can't remember what it's called now. I'm not going to flick back. We had it at 20s. It returned 12s. It was last with two furlongs to go. Well, it was a comfortable last. It must have been a good 10 lengths off the pace with two furlongs to run. Just as it come up up the hill at Pontefract around the corner, it was well behind. I could see it was going all right, and then she got a run on the inside and finished with a rattle. You need to watch it again. If you just type the name of the horse into racingtv.com and you're able to watch its last race, which was obviously today, and see how well it finished. It's definitely a horse I'm going to keep an eye on. But anyway, enough about Wednesday. Let's get on to Thursday. So selections for Thursday, the 28th of April, are as follows. They are to be included in a 40 pence each way lucky 15 and £1 on each selection. Sorry, £1 each way on each selection, which totals £20 in total. The first selection is Perfect Symphony. So let's quickly go to this horse. The 4 at Lingfield. In fact, forget that. Let's go this way. And I understand you can only see part of the screen. Right. So apologies for that. So the 4 at Lingfield is a 5 furlong handicap. Well, I'm going to put it very briefly. Mark Patterson, he actually trains and owns this horse now. The regular jockey is back on board, Joshua O'Brien. He had a fairly wide trip last time under Luke Morris, and it's got a draw of 5 today. I do think it'll be relatively prominent. It normally tracks the leaders. It's off its lowest mark for a while. It can track the pace. I expect it to track the pace. As I said, Joshua O'Brien, the regular pilot, is on board, and I think it's got a cracking chance. I think it's going to be hard to finish out the first 4. I think it'll be prominent throughout and kick off the final bend. It may not win, but I'm expecting it to be in the first 4 at least. As you can see, there's a relatively short price favourite. Let's see what happens. I do really fancy this horse, especially to come in the first 4. The second selection is Vialdemore in a 210 at Redcar. Well, this is trained by James Ferguson, and it was gradually showing improvement last year. It was generally ran down the pack and ran on late. So I think this 1 mile 2 furlong should be ideal for it. It's all guesswork with the majority of the horses because we need to know how they've matured over the winter. Whether have they wintered well? Have they grown? Have they filled out a bit? So a lot of it is taken on trust. It is the second favourite. I am quite a fan of Daniel Muscat. He did ride the horse last year, so it seems like he has got an attachment to the horse. And I do think it's got a good chance. They're paying first 4. Well, it is second favourite. So, the bookies are a bit wary of this horse, or are they wary of the trainer especially. So the third selection is Dubai Jewel. Well, this time last year, Andrew Balding was basically mopping up everything with Oisin Murphy on board. Obviously, Oisin Murphy isn't available at the moment, but I am going to keep an eye on Andrew Balding. This horse has got a wide draw. It was progressing. His last 2 runs last year were a bit disappointing. It reverts back to 6 furlong again. It's his first run on the all-weather. Fingers crossed that it does like the all-weather. Well, you'd have thought that Andrew Balding has got an all-weather surface at home, so we should have a rough idea what this horse may or may not like. They are paying first 5, which is quite a lot at Sky Bet. So it's not a big field. 8-1, I think it's a decent price. I think it's got half a chance. And finally, Sweet Pursuit in the 6:10 at Chepstow, paying 4 places, and this is priced up at 20-1. Well, Chepstow, on the flat at Chepstow especially, it's a very tricky course. They either handle it or they don't. It's very undulating. Sweet Pursuit has won over course and distance. I was looking at its recent form was on the all weather. Well, I think it's had 5 runs so far on the all weather. Its first 2 performances were okay, but that's going back quite a while. Since then, the horse has hardly beat a horse home on the all weather. I think it's in the last 2 runs on the all weather. In about November time last year and a few months before that, not beat a single horse home on the all weather. So has it got a real dislike for all weather now? So can we actually eliminate that form? Well, the fact that it's got decent course and distance form, I'm willing to give it another try. The fact it's drawn 10, which is a high draw. If it's favouring the high numbers, jackpot. Yeah, the paying first floor 4 instead of 3, jackpot. 20-1. Rod Millman's an half decent trainer. I like the Rod Millman stable. It's taken a bit on trust, but it's a very, very poor race. So that's the selections for Thursday, the 28th of April. And as I mentioned, a 40 pence each way, lucky 15, and £1 each way on each selection. If you've got this far, please give the video a like or the channel a subscribe. I've now added a link in the description. You can buy me a coffee if you want. Feel free if you want to. I'm fine about it if you don't want to. Obviously, the channel's not been too. We've had a good last Saturday, but yeah, let's see how we get on. Fingers crossed. Charlie Winters, over and out.